Hi, students. Dr. Cohen. I wanted a chance to go over your literature review assignment because this week you are doing the readings from which you will draw ideas for your content for the literature review. And I wanted to make sure that I checked in with you about the assignment. So I'm going to kind of go over the whole assignment a little bit and really kind of focus on the first piece that is due, which is your focus of the paper. So you're going to this week be reading chapters 9, 10, 11, and the appendix. So chapters 9 and 10 are about structural obstacles around poverty. So what are the structural obstacles that limit equality and allow inequality to persist? So as you're reading through these, and there's several of them in the chapters 9 and 10. So there's racial and ethnic discrimination, there's health and health care. So there's a whole list of them. So as you're going through, think about which one of those would interest you the most. And then, so you're going to write a paper that focuses on two things, that, the structural barrier, and then the second part of the paper is a focus on solutions. So in chapter 11, you can see that there is some information about things that have been done, are being done to deal with issues around poverty and inequality. And then your appendix B is really kind of where you'll find the most help, which are things like policy proposals. So pick a structural issue and then look for a structural solution, okay? And so your paper is both the problem that you're going to, the structural problem you're going to identify, and then the solution that is addressing it, okay? So then you're going to go to the literature and see what the literature says both about the problem that you've identified and the solution to deal with it. That's your focus. So I just want to kind of go over, let me just screen share. I want to go over what is here for your assignment. So again, a structural obstacle and then a programmatic or policy strategy to address that obstacle. So let's do week 5, part 1. Let me give you the exact date for that. What will be due on the focus of the paper, which is due on the 12th, next Wednesday. Yeah, next Wednesday is the focus of the paper. So here you're going to use the information from Royce, and you're going to select an obstacle described in chapter 9 or 10, and then use chapter 11 and appendix B to look at a programmatic or policy solution. If you want to look at a programmatic or policy solution to the structural obstacle you created that moves beyond what's offered up in chapter 11 and appendix B, that's fine. But to be aware, you're going to have to find a sufficient amount of literature on it. So I just caution you to, if you do move beyond this, which you can, to just make sure, maybe do a literature search in advance to just be sure that there's a sufficient amount of literature out there to help you to answer, to write the paper. Okay, so you're going to write 2 paragraphs, one that focuses on the structural obstacle and one that focuses on the programmatic or policy strategy. Anyways, and then there's a grading rubric for that. And I just wanted to just touch, and I will do some other videos moving forward about some of the other aspects of the paper, but I wanted to touch on what else you're going to need to do. In week 7, so this is next week is week 5. In week 7, you're going to create an annotated bibliography. So you're going to do a literature search. I strongly recommend using the library's Discover bar for that. And like I said, I will create a video for you. So if you need some help with finding literature, then I'll help you with that using the Discover bar. I like APA format, so you're going to create an annotated bibliography, which is a list of references that are going to help you to both more clearly than in Royce define the structural obstacle, and more clearly than in Royce describe the programmatic or policy solution. Then for each of the references, you're going to provide an annotation that tells me how it's going to answer whatever it is, how it's going to contribute to your paper. So that's not an abstract. It's really just telling me how it will help. Then the next part is notes. So here, and I will go over it, you're going to use a spreadsheet format to collect information from each of your readings. This is a strategy that people use in writing literature papers. I'm hoping to teach it to you so that you can use it in the future for your writing, and we'll go over that in more detail. But basically, it helps you to pull out information from each of the readings and figure out what they address, how they address things. And then you're going to create an outline of your paper in week 11. So you're going to use the different subtopics that you've gotten from the readings, and you're going to create an outline. Then you're going to write a draft, and everybody's going to get somebody else's paper. And so you'll get the draft. And you'll create basically the draft of your paper. Here for this assignment, which is due week 13, your draft, I'm looking to make sure you have all the content, but I'm not getting into the minutia of your papers, because in week 15, you're going to review each other's papers. And so the feedback will be coming from another student. So you'll do a review of another student's paper, and I'll get into detail of what that looks like. And then in the end, for finals week, you're going to actually make the corrections based on the recommendations of the reviewer and write up your paper. Now, I just want to be clear that there will be lots more details coming for what's due on the 12th. What really matters is that you topically pick something that's broad enough so that you can find literature on your topic on both the structural obstacle and on the programmatic or policy solution. So as you're doing the readings this week, it's important that you be thinking about what it is that you want to spend some detailed time reviewing. Okay, if you have any questions, you are welcome to come to my office hours, which are on Tuesdays at 2 and also Tuesdays at 5:30. Or if neither one of those times works for you, just email me some days and time options, and we'll set up a Zoom meeting. And my office hours are over Zoom. So I guess that's all. I hope you're all doing well. I thank you very much for your questions and answers. I've been enjoying reading them. Seems like you've been doing a pretty good job of dissecting the reading, and that's great. So I hope you enjoy this week's readings, as they will carry you forward with the literature review. Take care. Bye now.